Hello and welcome to episode 18 of the Minecraft Ultra Hardcore Survival Let's Play experience. So in between episodes, I did a little bit of thinking. I became the thinker for a second and I thought like the thinker does. And I think it's finally time that we get around to actually decorating the subtunnel. I kept saying that I would and I didn't, but now I will because I can. So one episode, I don't remember which one it was, a little back, I mentioned that I think one of my plans was just going to have a gradient that extends downwards. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think it'll be something that'll look cool and neat, and especially with what I have planned right now. But something that I think I should mention, if you look out this way, you'll notice there's fog. I uninstalled Distant Horizons just to see if I could fix this issue. It didn't work. Additionally, I uninstalled it to see if it would fix the Nether portal issue. It did. But that's not actually what fixed it. That wasn't at all. So the problem was some conflict in between Sodium, Lightmatica, and then like my specific NVIDIA drivers. It was just the dumbest, most stupid combination, and it only caused the game to crash whenever I was going through portals. I have no clue how someone actually managed to figure that out. They're freaking crazy. So here's the gradient that I'm going to be working with. I'm going to go from, what is this? Snow, quartz, bone, blue of wood, and then it's like all kinds of layers, some coral, some stones, deep slate, black stone, what is this, concrete. So it's gonna go from light to dark, and I think I did a pretty good job on the gradient. It's not perfect. This was actually like my first time putting one together, and I kind of took some stuff that I found online and adapted it together with blocks that we have access to or can get access to without going to the end, because I'm not quite doing that. I'm going to hold that off for a while. But for this episode, I want to get us from the snow block all the way to the end of the quartz block. And so I'll show you how exactly they're all going to go into this scheme in a minute once I gather the first set of blocks I'm going to do, and then I'll put them in and I'll show you what I'm kind of looking for and how I'm hoping the thing's going to go. So one of the unfortunate realities of wanting to use a whole lot of quartz blocks is that I'm actually going to have them on hand. And this is the quartz that I have access to right now. Let's just craft them down and see what I get. So I currently have exactly 2 blocks of quartz. I didn't think that was exact. That's actually pretty cool. And I've done the math. Each layer is going to take a... Oh, hey, buddy. That could have been dangerous. Sure, I'm glad I haven't decided to AFK in here recently. So I'm going to need about a stack and a half of each different block type. And there was like, what, 4 or 5 different types of quartz? So I'm going to need quite a bit of quartz itself. That means I get to show off one of the other things that I had worked on in the Nether a little bit ago, just kind of rudimentary, just kind of threw it together because I wanted to have fun with it. So what we have here is my completely duct taped together bartering system. I just gathered a whole bunch of piglins, threw them in here, and by whole much, it's just a small amount. And then I've just been chucking the items into these chests as I collect them, because that hopper right there was not in any way quick enough. So one of these chests, yeah, this one right here. Okay, I do not have enough quartz. I was thinking that I had actually gone through and made quite a bit more than this, but it is not looking like I did. I have a couple options that I can pick right now. One, and this is something that I wasn't planning on doing right now, was actually putting together a proper bartering system so I can go through and barter just a ton more, or I could just kind of live with what I have now and deal with it later. And what I think I've made up my mind right now as I've been talking, I'm gonna clean the area up a little bit more. Not actually make it any better, but clean it up and make it more appealing, and then just do bartering with what I have here, and the zombie pigment too. Let's cut to a cleaned up version, and let's do some bartering. So, we do a little bit of a losing track of time occasionally, and that occasional moment would be right now. I think I spent like 2 hours on this, a bit too much to be honest that I should have, but it is what it is. Anyway, so here's the little show off. I left this spot open right here. I can break that block and then put a trapdoor in so that I can guide in some more of the piglin guys, and they'll fall in right there. I can just throw gold and they go in. Anyways, on to the interior. That's where the majority of the time really matters. Look at them all in there. I love being able to see through and see them. It's a whole lot better than having them trapped behind that block right there. I have a bunch of chests for all the different items that I really care about, and then in here is just the junk that I'm just like I want to have access to just come in here, grab, and then run away. But I don't necessarily want it to be like easy bulk access. And then any of the junk items I could just drop in here, and then they'll get hoppered down to below down in here, and they'll just go into whatever chests. It doesn't really matter. It's just junk bulk storage. I don't like trashing items, so I'm just gonna throw them in there. And so here's where I spent a bit too much time on. Honestly, the redstone's really simple. I knew it was possible, but I couldn't exactly remember how to pull it off. So I can flick this lever and it will drop in a bunch of gold until the torch burns out. Well, that's a problem. Right whenever it starts, I'm gonna have to click it twice, but, okay, 3 times? Come on. There we go. Now the machine is pretty much up and running, and it should just be able to just sustain itself the whole time, and this can just run until I'm at a goal. A little bit of an issue that I've just come across. I thought that I had room for more capacity of these guys in here, and that this wouldn't become an issue. But I added like 2 or 3 more, I can't remember. But now this isn't working, so I'm gonna have to go cause some problems, and hopefully this doesn't kill me. Okay, that's 1 dead. Let's see if it works again. Okay, it looks like I was just 1 over capacity. I didn't know it was actually that specific. Alright, well this is perfect then. Now it should just run. Yep, alright, we're good. Now that I think about it, I think the next upgrade that I need to put in here is some minecart hoppers, because I'm pretty sure those work significantly faster, and then I won't really have to deal with standing over here to pick anything up. It'll all just go straight into the chest. So one unfortunate reality of piglin bartering is that it is very expensive. I'm almost run through all of my gold. Like, I started with this barrel completely full, this full, and this full. I think it's about to have run me, like, I think 3 stacks of gold blocks to get... I don't even think if I'm gonna get enough quartz. I need 9 stacks. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 stacks. So I'm gonna need another stack of nether quartz. No, I'm definitely not gonna, or not another stack, another 4 stacks of nether quartz. No chance I'm getting it out of this. However, I am okay with it though, because I would much rather generate resources from nothing than harvest them from the environment. I don't know, I prefer not to dig up resources. If I can get them from nothing, I'd rather do that. It's like a preservation thing. I'd rather leave the world as I had it. Oops. And there we go. We now have our 9 stacks of quartz and a plethora of other random materials that I may probably not, most likely will not use, but I have them in case I need them. Well, I miscounted and made a stack and a half too much. Okay, so before I start, the first layer was obviously snow, because snow is just stupid bright in this game. So I just set up a quick little snow farm so I can abuse this snowman for all it's got. Snow is such an easy thing to gather. I hope they never change that. It's been in the game for so long, so I don't think they will. But it's just broken easy. So let's now fill in the tunnel with the materials I have as planned. Huge improvements, I'd say. The exterior still needs some working on, but the interior is looking nice. The lighting is a little bit funny, and I think the solution to that in the future, I forget which block it is, but it comes from that one boss thing in the water. That's the closest my brain can get to it right now. But I'm probably going to need some of those in place of all these iron blocks. So yeah, I think that's a good start and a good step in the right direction that I need to be making towards this. Hopefully we can continue this in the future and nothing catastrophic happens. Okay, moving on. I absolutely love the way this building feels as I'm running past it, just seeing like the little different kind of pathway off to the side where you can just stand and like exist. My world needs a whole lot more stuff like this. But that's not what I was going to move on to next. What I want to do is over here. So my little animal area that I kind of built up and forgot about, we need to do some work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the fenced in area that I really wanted, and I'm going to lay down the path blocks and all that stuff, and I'm going to get this ready to move the cows over, and then I'm going to move the cows over. So let's put stuff together. Let's do things. Come everybody to the promised land. Well, there is no chance I'm going to get all the cows over here, so some of you may die. That's okay, you'll learn to live with it. So I seem to have caused myself a little bit of a problem building up these paths everywhere, because now the cows are having a really hard time getting over. Honestly, I might just take over like 1 or 2 and then just breed them up. There's going to be a lot of dead cows. Okay, here's a sneak peek of, not really the sneak peek, this is what I've got going on. It's nothing really too special. In fact, I do think the ground needs a ton of work. But it's just gonna be like that, because I'm not gonna lie, this is the best I can do. I know I can do better, but as of now, this is the best I can do. Side note, if anyone wants to know what happens to any of the cows who didn't make in here, I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek. That's what happens. That's yeah. Unfortunate, but we're just gonna have to live with it. We must call the many so that the few can prosper. It's the only way forward. To be honest, it's better for everyone, and by everyone, I just mean these guys. There we go, nice and clean, nice and perfect. Look at that frame rate, 1 FPS, 60 FPS. And with this, we are done clearing out the undesirables. So as I mentioned way back when, right here would make the perfect place to put some kind of pond-like water feature something, and I kind of been holding it off for a while just because it's just been full of cows this whole time, but now that the cows are gone, I think now is the perfect time to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little wet and wild and get some nice wet and some sand and some gravel or something, some plants in there. We'll bring in some maybe coral later, and I would love to get some tropical fish, but I have not found those yet. So I'm going to do what I can with the space right now, and hopefully not regret filling with water later whenever I actually want to like change the shape. And now we can mark off another one of just the little things that I said I would do around the place off the list. I think this will look a lot better once the rest of the trees are in. I can have more overhang over this, and this central tree will stick out a little bit more. But as it is right now, I think it looks really good. And hopefully later on down the line, I can get a whole bunch of little fishies in there. And maybe this is also where I'm going to end up keeping my axolotls. You know, whenever I get my hands on some of those, I need them. But yeah, all in all, significantly larger fan I am of this than the big hole full of cows. I think this is a lot better use of space. Okay, so I wanted to go take a look at good old 101 Down with the Spiders. I know last episode he wasn't really acting right, but today I'm hoping that he will do what I want him to do and it won't be a problem. And if he doesn't, I'm going to ignore him till he does. This mineshaft is still one of my favorite things in this world. I love going down it every time. It's just like not having to do anything feels so good. And it's like, it's visually pleasing. I built it and it wasn't just like junk. Oh yes, he is where he's supposed to be. He's trying to leave, but he's not able to. Perfect. What a beautiful man. What a wonderful thing you've done here. That is not ideal, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll live with it. And with that, we can call this place finished until I actually remember to come through and add the stuff up here I said I would. I continue to forget to bring that stuff. So I, of course, cannot be forgetting about these trees that I'm putting up. They are the most important project in my mind right now. So instead of forgetting about them like I have 90% of the rest of the things in this world, I am going to knock out another session of placing trees. So let's do that one. And there we have it, another section of trees put up. I gotta take this in little bites, you know? There is so much land I need to cover. I cannot be doing it all at once. Even just like, what's it, 3, 4, 5... Ah! Okay, well, that brings me to the next point. It kind of interrupted it, but you see, areas like this over here are a little bit yep, they're spawning a little bit not very lit, so well, I think that's a prime example of what I was gonna say, that I need to light things up so that that kind of stuff doesn't happen. So yeah, I don't know if y'all noticed in the replay, but for this spot right here, I was working on this tree and I got point blanked by a creeper just right behind me. Yeah, this is going to be fun to deal with. I should probably pick up these blocks so they don't despawn. I'm thinking in the future, holes that are left like this in the podzol, I'm going to turn into like gravel and stone or something. That's why I'm leaving them around and not actually trying to fix them. It's because later on when I'm flushing out in between the trees, I'll deal with that and I'll make this not podzol anymore. Or not grass. So as I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. I just got majorly distracted here. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a very long process, and it is probably going to be covering many episodes. This is not going to be knocked out in like 2, 3, maybe even 4 episodes from now. And in fact, it is not going to happen by the time I reach 1,000. So we're just going to deal with that as is. And I'm thinking near the end of every episode, I'm going to knock one of these out and then finish it off. So with that being said, I am now going to finish off the video. I would like to extend a huge thanks to these individuals for subscribing: Rusty Reagan, Iman, Not You, James Poulter, and Sean Plays 5765. Thanks to you guys, y'all are the best, and so is everyone else on this channel and everyone else who has subscribed. Y'all are what makes this oh so enjoyable. And with that, I would like to thank everyone for watching to the end of this video. If you would like to join anyone in this tunnel, please tell me if you subscribed so I can know to put you in here. And with that, I hope everyone has an amazing rest of your day. Thank you guys so much, and I will see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.